Welcome to Team Sigma's MIT Scratch video. Scratch is a game engine which is used for very basic codes but can be used for animation as well. So how do you go about with Scratch? All you have to do is go to scratch.mit.edu and we'll guide you through your process. First you have to do is create, and it will create the project. This will take a couple of seconds. Now you'll see this basic layout with a cat. What is this cat doing there, you may ask? And what are these? A sprite is basically what this cat is. It's a two-dimensional bitmap that allows several ways of animation and movement, etc. So now, what is Scratch? And how are the blocks used? So there are a couple of things like movement, looks, sound, events, control, sensing, operators, variables, and matrix. Now this may seem a bit far-fetched to you, but it's not rocket science. Motion is just for the sprite to move. Looks are for changing the costume and for speaking. Sound is for if you want to add an external sound. Events is when something's triggered. Control is for loops or wait. Loops are something that you repeat or iterations. Sensing is when sensing is there. And operators are when you want to see if something is greater than, less than, or you want to compare different values in other math blocks. Variables are it's like a box where you can store a value and edit this value whenever you want. Now we want an Arctic layout, so we just find Arctic. So now that's the backdrop changed, and now we want a certain sprite that can move within this backdrop. So the first option that you would get in your mind is a polar bear, and that's exactly what we're going to use. So now in this program we are basically just going to use the tabs of motion, looks, and events, which are the three most basic tabs that you will understand at first. So when a certain key is pressed, you have to do a certain task. That's where events comes in. When a certain key triggers a motion, you have to make the sprite move. So now as you can see, when the right arrow is pressed, it moves on the right. Now you can just duplicate this by going Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V, and now left arrow is pressed, you move 10 steps to the left. But there's a problem, it's not moving to the left, it's just same position. Now to solve this, you just you just make the value negative. Now what are costumes? A costume in a sprite sheet is a certain sprite or image that helps in animations. It's what animators use in your now newly known cartoons, etc. Now if you go to next costume, it will simply trigger the next costume. And now as you move right or left, it will go to the next costume and it will seem like a seamless walk. Now to have a reset position, all we need to do is have an event for the spacebar and have it return to the position and have a costume that is set at the start. So how do we do this? So we go to a position of 0, 0 on the x and y axis, which we'll explain later on. For now you just need to know that that's the origin point, and you need to go to the costume that you set previously, which for this case is Polar Bear A.